Prime Minister Narendra Modi is slated to inaugurate the Chenab Rail Bridge, which is the world's highest railway arch bridge, and the new Vande Bharat Express connecting Katra to Srinagar. This development is more than just infrastructure. It stands as a symbol of resilience, hope and progress, exactly what the valley needs at this point in time after the horrors of the Pahalgam terror attack. The Chenab Bridge is an architectural marvel which stands at a height of 359 meters above river. It is a 1,315 meter steel arch bridge engineered to withstand seismic and wind conditions. To put that into perspective, the bridge towers 35 meters above the Eiffel Tower and is nearly 5 times taller than Delhi's Qutub Minar. This bridge is now officially the highest railway bridge in the entire world. A key impact of the bridge will be enhancing connectivity between Jammu and Srinagar. The Vande Bharat train moving on the bridge will just take about 3 hours to travel between Katra and Srinagar, reducing the existing travel time of over 3 hours. Let's start off our conversation. Joining me on the telecast are my panelists. I first start off this conversation with Sudhanshu. Sudhanshu, this is an architectural marvel and it has taken a significant duration of time to fulfill this project. If you could shed light into what all complications and complexities a project of such stature involves.
Yeah, you are right. It has.
No, sir, left.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So as you rightly said, this has taken a lot of time. Of course, there were major contributions. You know, this is passing through an area where two plates collide. You know, the Himalayan terrain that we have there, that had its own challenges. There are 3 marvels and many more in this route. One is, of course, the tallest rail bridge you were talking about, the Chenab Bridge. Then there is the tallest rail cable stayed bridge, Anji Khan. And 90% of the track between Jammu to Banial is in tunnels. So there was a huge tunneling work required. So as you said, because of these challenges, this has taken a lot of time, but better late than never. There are 2 important things that I want to say about this. One, this connection of the valley with rest of the country. There were 2 areas in the country which were not readily connected by rail with rest of the country, Northeast and Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir. This government has not only done it for Northeast, more importantly for Kashmir now, for a project which has been on for some time. But this is true logistics, strategic in connection of the valley with the country, that's one. And number 2, this was to be inaugurated in April because of the tragic Pahalgam incident. This was something which had to be postponed. But it's very good that the government has decided to do it now,
yes,
because it is also sending a message. It is sending a message that, well, you can delay things like this a little bit, but Kashmir is very much a part of India. And by building this track, a strong, and that too, just after this skirmish we had with Pakistan so quickly, sends a message that India is determined to connect Jammu and Kashmir in a true emotional and strategic integration with the rest of the country.
Rajan Khanna, the message that stands out loud and clear by the central government and the union territories administration led by Omar Abdullah. Right from the time there has been a campaign that has been led by the central government of Naya Kashmir after abrogation of Article 370, and here we witness one more aspect of Naya Kashmir and how important does it become for the development, for the welfare, for bringing economic empowerment to Jammu and Kashmir.
You see, last time when I was there in the valley, this is before this unfortunate incident of Pahalgam happened. So I had a talk with, right from the even South Kashmir and the North Kashmir areas till Baramulla, Kupwara, everywhere in the valley. People were so happy that they said, earlier whenever there used to be talk of funds coming from the center in the state of J&K, most of the funds, they were eaten away by three families, political families within the state. That was a normal narrative in the most of the people. And they said, okay, now at that, I am narrating two incidents. One is before elections and the other one is post elections. Before election, they said that जब से गवर्नर साहब का रूल आया है, तो our roads are getting better, infrastructure is improving, and tourism is improving. And after this new government was there, this Gandarbal district, from where Umar Abdullah, he hails. Gandarbal district, there, the Srinagar to Baltal, Sonmarg, and then further away to Leh and Ladakh. That road passes through Gandarbal, and invariably there used to be traffic jams. So mostly the people were complaining. They say that the people, their own home constituency, there they cannot improve the infrastructure. So that was the narrative in the way. But besides that, people are very optimistic, very hopeful. Mostly, people were, of course, there are elements which are ideologically driven. There are people who are still having, hangover of Pakistani interference is still there. But the kind of, campaign, propaganda Pakistan used to carry there. So people are there who are suffering from that hangover. But mostly, majority, this I'm talking about at the grassroots level, what kind of, I had a conversation with the people. So now coming to this, the inauguration of this bridge, you see, every society has certain, trade is there, then tourism is there, then, cultural exchanges are there, then the education, people save in context of valley. People want to their children to get properly educated in the leading business schools in India. So all these exchanges, one simple example I'll give you, 80% economy of Kashmir Valley is horticulture. Just imagine, within a span of 5-6 days, the fresh fruits from the valley, cherries and then pears and apricots, apples of course have longer shelf life. All these perishable things, they will be reaching Kanyakumari, the southernmost tip of India, within 5-6 days. But where in the world this is possible?
Okay.
And
vice versa. All these developments. I'm coming to Sharad Kohli. How important does it become, the developmental projects, especially under the BJP government, when we talk about the Zojila tunnel, the Z-Marsh tunnel, the Chenab railway bridge that is going to be inaugurated in 2 days' time. The Udhampur, Srinagar, Baramulla rail link, they are all development projects. They are all pushed to bring welfare, economic stability into Jammu and Kashmir. How important it is for the rest of India and the world to know that Jammu and Kashmir continues to move in the path of progress despite the obstacles that Pakistan and its backed terrorists are trying to bring about in Kashmir.
Good evening, Megha. Good evening to my fellow panelists and Newsx viewers. I think the message is loud and clear. And a very interesting thing which has happened, Megha, is that after abrogation of Article 370, the people of Jammu and Kashmir have now tasted development. That stone pelting, and the youth of Jammu and Kashmir, they had lost their way. And every time an incident used to happen, they used to support or whatever used to happen. But now, ever since they have tasted development, they now know that there are opportunities of employment, there are opportunities of self-employment, there are opportunities of skill development, there are opportunities of investments and business. So you saw the difference when Pahalgam incident happened. The youth of Jammu and Kashmir, people of Jammu and Kashmir did not support that at all. They were all on the roads against that. I think this is the difference that has made that a development. This may be an aberration. This incident may have happened. It's definitely an incident which needs to be criticized by at all ends, and India has given a fitting reply. But I think the youth of Jammu and Kashmir, this is very important. They have tasted development and they know that their future is in development. Such infrastructure projects, Megha, the ones you named, and the Chenab Bridge, I think they have a multiplier effect. Any infrastructure amount spent on the state has got an 8 times multiplier effect as we study in economics. That 1 rupee spent there generates 8 rupees in different ways. Look at this. It is going to save 6 hours of commute time. Baramulla, Udhampur, Srinagar, these are the places, the cities which are going to benefit directly. It is going to generate employment. It is going to reduce the logistic cost of the trade which happens on this route. It is going to lead to real estate development. And we should not forget, this is a landmark bridge. This bridge is a bridge as tall as that can also be a place for sightseeing. I mean, why would you not like to go on the bridge, which is world's highest? People do go to world's highest tower. People go to world's highest building. I mean, as a tourist, if you want to go to world's highest bridge, this is the place to go, like what we saw happening in Statue of Unity, the Vallabhbhai Patel statue. So I think it will become a tourist spot. I think the benefits are immense.
Yeah.
And as rightly said by Mr. Mani, that this is a categorical message to Pakistan that, look, if development happens, this is what state can be. And if POK, as and when it comes to India, it is definitely going to come. I think the people of POK will realize that when we come into India, this is what India can, back into India rather, this is what will happen to our lives. I think it's a very straightforward category that development is not going to stop because of nefarious activities of Pakistan, whatever it tries to do, although it will not be tolerated any further. But a message has been very clearly sent. And there's a lot of employment, Megha, which is going to be generated in the times to come once the bridge becomes functional.
Dr. Ramesh, then how significant a contribution tourism makes in the economy of Kashmir? This is something that has the point that has been hammered home by Omar Abdullah, by Farooq Abdullah, by other politicians in Kashmir as well. It was heartening to see that the government in Jammu and Kashmir and the central government are on the same page when it comes to the progress and development of Jammu and Kashmir. We also saw just a couple of weeks ago, after Operation Sindoor was conducted successfully by India, there has been a pitch that has been made by Omar Abdullah. He himself has visited Pahalgam. He has gone to Srinagar. Amit Shah had visited Srinagar as well just a few days ago. The message is loud and clear that Jammu and Kashmir wants tourists, wants the countrymen across the length and breadth of India to come to Kashmir, and that has gained a lot of momentum because the patriotic support that Jammu and Kashmir has gotten. There have been bikers who have travelled to Dal Lake and are celebrating even after the terror attack that was an attempt to debilitate the Kashmiri economy. Again, a strong message which is supported unilaterally by the countrymen, not just by the politicians.
See, in fact, there are only two areas which sustains J&K economically as far as self-sustenance is concerned. One is tourism and another is handicrafts. And there are no two opinions about it. And as far as the development of tourism, as far as its takeoff, it has been greater, especially after 5th August 2019. And we know that tourism is the lifeline of Kashmir because tourism affects almost every area of life you can imagine of or you can think of. But recent times we have seen few things happening. For example, one thing is that there continues to be a mini Pakistan living in Kashmir. And each time there has been a developmental push and there has been an attempt from the other side to derail it. Pahalgam, it was a huge impactful blow to the entire efforts of India, its people, its army, the nation, all those people who were involved in it. And this was, as our Honorable Prime Minister very rightly said, that this is an attack on the soul. Bharat ki Atma pe ye prahar hai. But coming to this inauguration of this bridge, it is not the inauguration of Chenab Bridge alone. Honorable Prime Minister is also going to inaugurate a center of medical excellence, Mata Vaishno Devi Medical Excellence Center, and that is the first medical college in the district of Riyas. The sum total of all these things is that there has to be an overall development in the state of J&K, and the pace of expectations and the pace of hope has increased with the inauguration of Chenab. But then, as I said, the security concerns remain. You see, despite investing so much in securing the lives of the people of the state of J&K, despite doing everything, despite having G20 meetings there in Kashmir, despite having all the economic, we have about 46,000 crores worth MOUs signed with various countries for developmental push. And even this is going to be about 46,000 crores because this is part of Udhampur, Srinagar and Baramulla rail link. And our worry
but that's what I'm saying. Yes, it is a worry. It is a huge concern. There need to be concerted efforts, more efforts to fight terrorism, to the overground workers, the underground workers, the locals who are being brainwashed, who are being funded by the Pakistani-backed terrorists to be infiltrated into Kashmir. But I'm saying despite that, there is a momentum within a large majority of locals in Jammu and Kashmir, the rest of the country, the political will at the local level and at the central level is now coming together. The country came together. Asaduddin Owaisi, Omar Abdullah, Mehbooba Mufti, Farooq Abdullah, they all came together and agreed, I think, in a rare moment of solidarity, of unity, a message that is being sent out to Pakistan, and I think this is one great example of it.
See, let me tell you, this of course is a silver lining. This we have seen. You should have listened to the response of Kani Mozi. When she was asked a question, what is the language? She was asked about the language issues, probably trying to pin her the language controversy between DMK and the government of India. Her answer, I mean, it has overwhelmed us. It has made us happy for all time. See, she said that the only language India has is unity in diversity. That part we understand. But the question is that, you see, if you decode the entire Pahalgam episode, you will find there was a local involvement. Those people were there for a pretty long time, staying in the local homes. The logistics was provided to them. All those things they needed was provided to them.
Yeah.
Now,
You're right. You're absolutely right. You make that point. Okay, fine. I'm going to quickly come back to Sudhanshu Bani. Sudhanshu Bani, how important is it for Jammu and Kashmir to be connected to the rest of the country and efforts that are moving in that direction rapidly?
Yeah, so can you hear me?
I can.
So the story is very simple. I'll sum it up by saying direct connectivity, improved accessibility, enhanced pilgrim and tourism travel, economic boost, engineering marvel, and emotional, strategic and logistics integration. This conveys everything. Other panels have spoken a lot about various other impacts and so on. I will sum it up like this. And that's why, as I said, better late than never. It's a great moment and very timely after what happened recently. And we should all welcome it. This is all I would say.
Dr. Sharad Kari, quickly a response from you about once economic development surpasses a certain percentage, would it be safe to say that this will organically help Kashmiris strengthen, unite together, and the stray separatist movements, terrorist support, brainwashing of individuals is going to die a rapid death?
Undoubtedly, Megha, because I think, as I said, the youth of J&K now are very forward-looking. They are looking to integrate with the rest of the country. Jammu and Kashmir today is getting all the benefits which all other states are getting. So I think that has made the difference ever after abrogation of Article 370. See, the GSDP of J&K has now reached 2.65 lakh crores, almost doubled since 2017-18. So we've seen rapid progress being made, and the kind of investments I would like to highlight here that it's not just horticulture, not just handicrafts, but today J&K is also attracting industries apart from tourism, other industry people. There are factory projects, there are projects which are related to manufacturing which are coming to J&K. So I think we are going to see a transformed J&K, and if somebody feels that incident like Pahalgam can that was the intention. They wanted to set back all the development by years, and they have failed miserably. So I think this is not going to stop. In fact, we saw the tourists the very next day on Dal Lake when Pahalgam incident happened, and people are now going definitely to make sure that they defeat the purpose which was intended behind that incident. So I think the youth of J&K have got a very bright future, I would say, because it was the youth which was making all the difference, Megha. It was the youth who were misled, who were brainwashed. I think that, as I said, I like to reiterate, they have tasted development now. And these kind of projects will convince the people of J&K that, look, our future is only in development. Our future is only if these infrastructure projects are built. Otherwise, a government which simply talks and does not do anything does not carry any meaning, as we were seeing prior to abrogation of Article 370, especially prior to 2014, Megha.
You're absolutely right. I'm out of time. I thank all of you for joining me on the telecast and sharing your views on this very important subject. On that note, I slip into a short break. Thanks for watching Newsx.